Grace and peace, my brothers and sisters. This is your girl, Deborah Catch It by Faith. I'm just going to do some reading this evening. Happy Friday to all. And I just want to read 2nd and 3rd John. 2nd and 3rd John. As we know, the book of John is a love story about how much God loves us. And he wrote 2 letters to the church, for instructions and what God wanted us to do to the disciples that were there, teaching to the teachers, I should say, that was there. Father God, in my name of Jesus, thank those that's coming in the room today, although may rewind this and hear it later. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Lord is saying, that they may say, what must I ask to be saved? In the mighty name of Jesus, and join us on our journey to heaven. In Jesus' name, amen. 2nd John, the letter reads, the elder, to the lady chosen by God, her children, whom I love in the truth, and not I only, but also all know the truth, because of the truth which lives in us and will be with us forever. Grace, mercy, and peace from God the Father and from Jesus Christ, the Father's Son, will be with us in the truth and love. It has given me great joy to find some of your children walking in the truth, just as the Father commanded us. And now, dear lady, I am writing to you a new command, but one we have had from the beginning. I ask that we love one another. And this is love, that we walk in obedience to his commands. As you have heard from the beginning, his command is that you walk in love. I say this because many deceivers who do not acknowledge Jesus Christ are coming in the flesh, have gone out into the world. Any such person is the deceiver and the antichrist. Watch out that you don't lose what we have worked for, but that you may be rewarded. Anyone who runs ahead and does not continue in the teaching of Christ does not have God. Whoever continues in teaching has both the Father and the Son. If anyone comes to you and does not bring this teaching, do not take them into your house or welcome them. Anyone who welcomes them shares in their wicked work. I have much to write to you, but I do not want to use paper and ink. Instead, I hope to visit you and talk with you face to face so that our joy may be complete. The children of your sister, who is chosen by God, sends their greeting. And that's 2nd John. I love that letter because you don't hear too many of the disciples writing to women. But in the beginning, he says, to the lady chosen by God and to her children. So in the Old Testament, you may read, or a woman should be quiet in church. They shouldn't say nothing, only the man should talk. That was Old Testament. Here we have New Testament days where we're more up to date and bringing things more like into today, where there are women preachers and they are respected women preachers. And as you see here in 2nd John, that God chose a woman, he's writing to a woman preacher. So that is like super cool. Let's go over to, I want to read, I read 2nd John. I want to just read the letter of 3rd John. The elder, to my dear friend Gaius, by loving the truth. Dear friend, I pray that you may enjoy good health and that all may go well with you. Even as your soul is getting along well, it gave me great joy when some believers came and testified about your faithfulness to the truth, telling how you continue to walk in it. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children are walking in the truth. Dear friend, you are faithful in what you are doing for the brothers and sisters, even though they are strangers to you. They have told the church about your love. Please send them on their way in a manner that honors God. It was for the sake of the name that they went out, receiving no help from the pagans. We are therefore to show hospitality to such people so that we may work together for the truth. I wrote to the church, but Diophis, who loves to be first, will not welcome us. So when I come, I will call attention to what he is doing, spreading malicious nonsense about us. Not satisfied with that, he even refuses to welcome other believers. He also stops those who want to do so and put them out of the church. The devil is a liar. Dear friends, do not imitate what is evil, but what is good. Anyone who does what is good is from God. Anyone who does what is evil has not seen God. Demetrius is well spoken of by everyone, and even by truth itself. We also speak well of him, and you know that our testimony is true. I have much to write to you, but I do not want to do so with pen and ink. I hope to see you soon, and we will talk face to face. Peace to you. The friends here send their greetings. Greet the friends by their name, and the word of God is already blessed. As you can see in this church, how a person can run a church, but they don't have no God in them. No God in them. You know, because the Trepius, the Trepius, I can't pronounce that word, but who loves to be first. So when you say someone that loves to be first, that to me that sounds like a person that got to get out there and be seen and want to be in the limelight. You know, it's all about them and not God. And he wouldn't welcome the saints. He wouldn't welcome the saints. He spread lies and nonsense. And not satisfied with that, he refuses to welcome other believers. He also stops those who want to do so and puts them out of the church. So pretty much he's an antichrist. I guess for those that want to believe in God, he wasn't trying to hear that. But yet, somehow or another, he got up into the church, had been misleading. That's very interesting. And we have a lot of people that mislead. They will use the word of God to get what they want and to get where they need to be. Don't forget the thumbs up, guys. Thank you. Thank you. So you have to be careful about all that. Have to be careful about all that. So I just wanted to do some reading up here and say hello, Joshua. How you doing? Karen, Colorful Creatives. God bless. How are you doing? And by her ring. Amen to that, sister. How are you doing? Let me drop my let me let your light shine, should I say. Let me let your light shine. Because as y'all know, it's no selfishness over here. Excuse the fire trucks out there. Oh, Jesus. YouTube. That's a whole lot of noise out there. Yes. Let's see. How are y'all guys Friday? I don't know why YouTube just keep, when I subscribe, it seems like when I go back to some of you guys, it's not great. It's back to red. So I think YouTube is playing a few little games on the sister over here. That is quite annoying. I'm getting close to where I need to be, but I'm taking 2 steps up, and YouTube is giving me 5 steps back. But we know that devil's a lie. I'm gonna get to where I have to go. Okay. Yes. Let me. I wanna. Like I said, I want to make your light shine. I want to put you guys out here. But I just wanted to come up here and read a little bit. Talk about God's word and deceivers. Deceivers. People are deceiving a lot, and their minds are just all over the place. They're just doing a lot of weird things these days. I just don't understand. The devil is quite busy. In the news. Matter of fact, me and my sister, we went to the grocery store the other day, and we had just passed by the area where the incident took place. We had just crossed the street, and when we came back, we looked on we seen the police out there, but we just ain't paying no mind. Like, okay, what were they out there for? We just went to the store, came back, something happened already. But it's you may see it on the internet. Hold on, I don't think that came out right, Karen. Let me drop Karen's. Let's see, Karen, Colorful Creatives. Let me drop that. I just got this thing that I like to shout you guys out and make it easier for you to find each other. Also, by all means, yes, we have to stay prayed up, Karen. You are so right about that. But when we came back, and I've seen the police car out there, I didn't too much pay it any mind. And when we got upstairs, just that quick, somebody had videotaped this guy. He was a little deranged. I mean, he was beating the daylights out this. I thought it was a boy on a bike. And as you know, we have snow up here in New York, so he just was hitting him with a bat. And all you see is like people walking, because he looked like the little boy on a bike, and he was almost like under a truck. And then this other guy, because people were walking by, but they really didn't pay no mind until you had to like turn around and see like, what is this guy swinging at? And so this other guy came by, and he jumped into it, and he had stopped he had to been about in his late 20s, early 30s or something like that. He stopped the guy from hitting him, but come to find out, it was a 50-something-year-old man that was on the bike. It was a 50-something-year-old man. And the last hit, you just didn't see him too much move. Maybe he lost consciousness or something. And that was just horrible. Just horrible how the devil has people's minds, even in all this. But they did, people pointed out the guy, because it's not like he ran anywhere. He still was like in the scene and whatnot, because his mind ain't right. But he had got picked up. They took the man to the hospital. He's stable but critical, I guess. And the guy he got arrested, and hopefully they'll keep him. But one thing that behooves me with mental illness, and mental illness ain't nothing but the devil running rapid in the minds of the people. They let them. I'm quite sure they'll hold on to him, but because of we don't know if this man is going to make it or not. But just how they do with certain things, how they just let them back into the street, which is crazy to me. And you're giving them leeway to go out there and hurt somebody else instead of, giving them something, some type of treatment. So evidently they're not on their medication. And it makes me wonder, people that they live with, or most times they just throw them, they can't take them no more. So they just throw them out into the streets, but you leave them out there into society and knowing that they sick. And because you don't want to be bothered with them, you just leave them, just throw them out there to the world to be a nuisance and a menace and hurting people. Yes, Karen, they're not taking their meds. They're not taking their meds. And this is for both men and women. Men and women. And their mind just gets demonic. And out of the blue, they do the strangest thing, just like they had on the news with this lady. That's why when I was working, I'm retired now, I never stood on the end of the platform to see when the train was coming. I would never do that. I would stand upside that wall. I'd be back in the crowd. Now, once the train coming all the way in and about to stop, I may wiggle myself up to the front if I can go get me a seat. But this woman, she was looking for the train, and this guy out of nowhere just came and pushed her. But so happened, because I guess from the shock of it, she bounced. She hit the side of the train instead of the front. Because had she hit the front, we know what would have happened. That train would just took her down the, that would have been really, really horrible. Or had she slipped through the platform, that would have been horrible too. But the push sent her into the door, and the train was still moving, so she bounced back and she hit she hit it hard, but she hit the floor. But she made it, thank God. And the guy just nonchalantly just walked away from it like, okay, it was nothing. But you have to be so, so careful, because the devil is busy. He is something busy. Right, me too. I'm from the Bronx. Okay, you from the Bronx, so Karen. You know how these New York streets are. They are crazy. Crazy. And it just, we just have to super be prayed up and pray for the minds of these here folks, because it is just too much. Yes, I do. Yes. It's just crazy to me. And you would think with all that's going on, people would somewhat get a glimpse, but no. They were so much going on, they still got more adding on to it. And that is just so crazy. That is so crazy to me. But like I believe in prayer. Prayer still works. Prayer changes the hearts and minds of the people, and hopefully they'll hold him down. If it takes him to go to jail to get his mind right, so be it. But God has a way of taking a bad situation and making it out for your good. Taking a bad situation and making it out for your good. Because if that's what's going to save this young man, by him being locked up and getting his meds and getting his head back straight, so be it. So be it. Yep. So I just felt like doing some reading, coming on here, doing some reading for a little bit, and just seeing what you guys are up to. These YouTube streets have been a little bit quiet. unless YouTube just hold me back from some stuff. I don't know. They just they just having a good time with me right about now. But as we know, the devil is a liar. I'm going to keep pushing forward and keep doing what I need to do in order to reach my goal. Yes, in order to reach my goal. So how are you guys doing? And how is your day? And are y'all working in the office or are y'all working from home? I pray that you're working from home. Yes, I pray that you're working from home. My one of my nieces, she worked for the Board of Education, and she told me that it was mandatory that she had to take the vaccine or they would or she can't come back to work until she take it. So she was nervous. She was sitting there and at the doctor I was talking to her while she took the shot. I said, you have to calm down, number one. I said, you have to calm down and just, I prayed over it that she's going to be all right and whatnot. And then she has to go back for her second shot. You home? That's good, Karen. That she had to take the second shot. But I think someone was saying you can go against it. It'd probably be a lot of hoo-ha. Probably if you go against it, if you had to work, they'd probably still, well, listen, you going through all that, you stay home while you fight that thing, you just can't come back in here. And in the meantime, the bills got to be paid. That's what I say. They should not force people that's in healthcare and the Board of Education. She was the last two, her and her supervisor were the last two that couldn't take it. I think they give you a card to take back to work showing that you took it. Ain't that something? I didn't even know they did that. Yeah, they gave her a card saying that or paper or something they gave her. I think she said a card or something that they gave her to take to her job to prove to them that she took it. No, it's not right. I think I want to. If I choose to, I'd rather take it by choice than force. Don't force me to do it. But I had her screenshot me. I wanted to know the ingredients. She took the with the one with the M, not the Pfizer, the other one, Moderna. So I said I will call her in a few days just to see how she's doing. And some people they eager. Some people just can't wait to take it. Like I say, to each his own. Those that's ready and want to, God bless them. Those that's a little leery and got to think about that thing, it should be their choice. Well, it is their choice, but it is and it's not, because they want their job. Then, it's not right. Not right at all. It's crazy. I just want God to come in and move this thing where it needs to be, get this thing under control, and let's get it back. That's my main thing for 2021. That's my prayer. Let's get it back to at least, I know God could do 100%, but I'll take 80 or I'll take 90. I ain't taking no lower than that. Yes. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. And like I say, at the end of every month, which it'll be coming up soon, the end of every month I do a meet and greet on, where you can come up and you can talk about your channel, you can leave a word. You can talk about anything that you want to talk about. You could ask a question, just any old thing you just feel like. And I do that for people to get a more of a personal feel of more closer with the content creator. More closer with the content creator, I would say, because sometimes I like to talk to people a little face to face. I see them in their video and stuff like that, and just come up and just more social, was to socialize a little more, I should say. More on a social tip. And this will be my third time doing it. So it's a slow run because some people are kind of shy. They're more comfortable, on their channel doing what they do. And I'm trying to just be that icebreaker, to have folks just come up and talk about. Because I talk about everybody's channel. I will visit your channel. But I feel like this here, can't nobody talk about you better than you. Is that so nice? Thank you. Yeah. Can't nobody tell about your channel than you. Sometimes you have people that may could leave a tip or idea. However you feel. However you feel is fine. However you feel is fine. So, yeah. So that's what's going on with me. I just wanted to come up here and just sometimes like read a little bit and see what folks are doing. Hey, Bonnie Rose, how are you doing? Let me drop Bonnie Rose down here. Let's see. I am fine, my sister. I am fine. Just chit-chatting, not really talking about that much. Just talking about current events, really. Current events. Yep, let me see. Yes, let me drop Bonnie Rose. Okay. Oops. Okay. Anybody have any questions or anything they want to ask or talk about? Here's Bonnie Rose link. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I was I'm still thinking about dating over 60. Still thinking about dating over 60. Don't forget the thumbs up. Don't forget the thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep. I think it's hard to date when you're over 60. It's just hard. Just hard. You're welcome, Bonnie. Yep. So anybody have anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to ask? Any topic you want to talk about? Any topic you want to talk about, that's fine also. Sometimes being a content creator is hard to, sometimes you have your good days. Sometimes you do have your bad days. Sometimes I just want to get on here and just let this thing run. Just let it run and just don't say nothing. Just let it run. Yeah. That's what I call when I have my silent streams. Because I guess sometimes, we all like what we do, but sometimes you do get a little tired. Yep, you do get a little tired. And in between, networking, I just talk off the top of my head and bring up like anything. That's why I say from the streets to the church, because I talk about everything. And we just will it on back to the word of God, no matter what it is. Yes, so I conversate about any and everything. Yes, I am. I'm on Instagram. I think it's Catch It by Faith. It's just Catch It by Faith. Yes, I am on Instagram. Yes, I am. I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook. And I'm on Facebook. When I get monetized, I'll combine everything like together. I think when you go on my about page, my I think I put my Instagram down on that. Let me take a quick look. I think I did. So I won't be so hard to find. Let's see. Yeah, I got my Instagram, my TikTok, and my Facebook. Just go to my about page. I cut a food on TikTok. Yeah. So when I get monetized, I'm gonna share some of my little TikTok videos up there. Just just acting up. That's one of my stress relievers, I should say. Because I still like to dance and imitate stuff and whatnot, lip sync. That's my karaoke page. Yes. You haven't tried TikTok? TikTok is fun. It's fun. When you look at my TikTok page, you be like, this girl is crazy. Yeah, because I still love my old school R&B music. I still listen to my old school R&B music from back in my day. So I like to imitate some of the songs. Yeah. I keep my gospel stuff going on over there too. I'm balanced, pretty much. You may say I'm balanced.
I had to do one over.
Mm-hmm. I'm live. Just in case you get the fussing.
All right. Hey y'all.
That's Catherine with friends, y'all.
Making the video.
Yeah, she do her
dating over 60.
Dating over. Let me drop her link. You may have picked it up before, but
it ain't easy.
Bonnie Rose up here.
Hey Bonnie, it ain't easy.
It sure ain't.
I'm talking about doing what I'm doing.
Well, that
ain't a joke.
I ain't doing all that.
So you ain't doing all this?
When I dress up, I'm dressing up because I'm
going out the door.
I'm going out the door. Then I'll do a video. But to do it, You got your dating over something on your? Oh yeah, you got it on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is my blood sister, Catherine with friends. Check her out. She's a nutball. Fun nutball. She's a nutball. Yes. Just listen to your topic, my sister. Okay, buy her ring.
What?
No, just listen. I'm just chit-chatting. Trying to do my little time up here and spend some time with you guys. I'm not going to be on here too long. Yes, I'm going to hang for a little while. Okay, yes. Karen, Colorful Creative, says she will sub to you.
And I will do the same.
Yeah, she'll do the same.
Make sure you leave a message so I can just grab you up.
Yeah. Make a comment so she can find you quick. Yes. Does anybody have any topic, anything you guys want to talk about, anything that you have on your mind? Because the host is always up here running her mouth all the time. Sometimes I want to hear from you guys.
I have something for y'all, which I'm going to use tonight on my channel. What is your alter ego?
Oh, okay.
What's your alter ego?
My sister is saying, what is your alter ego? Anybody have an alter ego up here?
Does anybody like y'all want to be a minister? For y'all over there,
Thank you. Yes, sir.
A minister. You ever,
my alter ego is
great evangelist. Mine, I want to be a rapper.
Oh Lord.
That's back in the days, man. My alter ego is a rapper. That's my alter ego. It's a rapper.
My alter ego is a singer,
That's
a R&B singer. You know,
Mom's a rapper.
yeah, just because I like to imitate the song. Only thing I can sing is in the heavenly choir with a blend of everybody else.
Well, that's what she do now.
Yeah, I can't take the lead. Well, pretty much that is what I do. But I sat down for a while because
Of course you
I got a
did.
little bit tired. No, I mean, no, I sat down before that. You know, when you've been singing for so many years,
right,
and stuff like that,
you want to sit down.
You want to sit down for a while, and I sat down and get back up. Left out, I'm not sure. Denzel Washington's wife. Oh, I hear that.
I hear that, honey.
I know that's right.
I hear that.
That's a good one. Shoot, that's a good one, Karen. All right. Yep. Alter ego. All right.
Denzel, do you hear that?
Mm-hmm. Shoot, if I had to pick a star that I would marry,
Who you would be? Mine is Tommy from Power.
Oh,
honey, I don't like young man, but that's one young man, honey hush.
Mm-hmm.
Come on down, brother.
Tommy from Power.
Yes.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's an only young man that my eyeball will look at.
I don't know. I don't know who I would. But anyway, let me answer you. Karen said, "Oh yes." What made me start YouTube? The pandemic. I had my page since 2010. I believe say 2010. My granddaughter had a page that she was always worked on before the pandemic from time to time. And I would just jump in her videos. It would be Janaya and Nana. And it would be her page. She would sit up there and do her little thing and do her little seafood boils. I would pop in every once in a while and get her started. But when the pandemic came, I was just sitting around. I said, well, we all in the house. What we going to do now? So she continued doing her little YouTube thing. So I would pop in there with her. Then I thought about it. I said, you know what? Let me go on mine and see what's going on. And I had maybe about 2 of her videos on my channel. So I took down, because my channel has been for kids, I took down her videos, the 2 videos, and I just started from scratch from there. And just started building on, and that's how it started. If it wasn't for the pandemic, I don't think I'd be doing it, because it gave me a platform. Oh, Idris Elba too. I know that's right. It gave me a platform to preach the gospel, because my ministry is outreach. When I was within the 4 walls, my ministry was outreach. So by being in the house and so much was going on at one time, I said, well, I need to still get the word out there. So God gave me this platform, and I've been using it ever since. That's great. Yeah. How about you? Yeah. That's how I started. If it wasn't for the pandemic, I wouldn't be up here, because I would just use YouTube to look up stuff. I would never really go from people's channel to channel. I would go on to look at old movies. That's what I was using YouTube for, to look up old movies and documentaries, because that's what I love. Yeah. So God he just put a twist on it, and here I am. So at first it was not even about the subscribers, because I had to learn along the way. My sister taught me a lot because she was already YouTubing. So I just started getting on the bandwagon, and here I am today. Yep, here I am today. Yep. So, yo, he said all the time, Bonnie Rose, she up there all the time. I know that's right. My sister's a hoot. Bonnie Rose know her. Yes. She's doing her video, what's he doing? Dating over 60 videos. So that's what she's doing now, Bonnie Rose. Yes. Yeah, so that's it for me. Anything else? Anything else? Yes. Um, I have to go on your. Well, usually I go on everybody's channel either today or after I get off and check out and see what's going on. I'm trying to do a quick look at. Wait a minute, Karen for career judge thing didn't come out. Oh, I wonder I'm looking on the wrong thing. I got two windows open. I was on and off, nothing serious, but started Bible studies on here. And now I'm back to drawing, so it's a mix. I love God, want to spread some hope. Oh, that's beautiful. Growth is slow, but it's okay. Karen, just don't worry about the growth. Love what you do. Love what you do, and the people will come. God will start knocking down them doors and opening up things where people will come in. Because I was the same way. When I got 10 people, I was like, wow, I got 10 whole people, you know. So don't even worry about that. But drawing is good. I used to know how to draw when right off my head. I used to draw fashions, clothing, and never went to school for it, anything like that. And people used to think that I used to go to school to fashion industry. I said I never went to fashion industry. Hello, but they didn't believe me because of the things that I used to draw. And I used to really be God is funny. He'll give you so many gifts and talents that you ain't even know you had. You know that, and I never kept up with it, but I used to do it out of like boredom at work on my downtime. I would just start sketching all these here clothes and whatnot. And don't you know, years later, the same thing that I was sketching came out. The same thing that I was sketching came out. And I have never seen these clothes on anybody. Now, the way I would do them. Now, I wish I would had held on to stuff like that. You know, when you're younger, you just don't hold on to nothing. You just do stuff and just write it off. But I wish I would have held on to that. Because I said, I had some pretty good stuff. Some pretty good stuff. And I had another gift was writing. I always loved to write. But back in my teenage days, I used to sit by the window and I call it ghetto writing. Because I would write about, just sit by the window and just look out the window, and all types of stories and thoughts would come to my head. And by the time I was finished, before the day went out, I would have a whole book. A whole book. I used to do that often, just knocking them out. Boop, 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 boop. But like I said, as a teenager, you just do stuff, take it, toss it, and you lose it. I would love right today to have those books that I wrote. I would love to have those books that I wrote. And the funny thing is, if you don't use those gifts and talents that God gave you, He'll take them away. Now, I can't draw, and I don't think about writing a book. But those talents and I wasn't saved during that neither. But it made me think back, the gifts that God was giving me, and I didn't use them. I didn't use them like I should, So I'm like, wow, it's just amazing. I just be intrigued with the word. That's all. I just be intrigued with the word and what he takes me back to. Take me back to remembrance, and just to know that he was there in that mix at that time and what he blessed me with. And had I pursued it and kept on going with it, I probably would have been right. I could have been the next Tyler Perry. Shoot. Matter of fact, back then, who was it? Before Tyler Perry, it was what David Talbert. He was really the first one to come on out. And what's the one who did Beauty Shop? Shirley something, I believe, something or another like that. Those were the first two. Then Tyler Perry, he just came out and just pretty much just knocked everybody on out the box. But yeah, I could have been the next Tyler Perry. Sure could have. But if you don't use those gifts and talents that God gives you, He will take it away. He will take it away. That's why I'm doing what I need to do. That's why sometimes when I come up here, if there's nobody in the room, I'm going to say what thus said the Lord, because I am here on a mission from God that somebody's going to hear it. Somebody's going to hear the word, because that's our first commission, to spread the gospel. Somebody's going to hear it. So I don't care if nobody is here. It could stay on zero from the time I start to the time I leave. But when I look back again, somebody came in and heard a word. And that's what, all glory to God for that. Oh, you say Spike Lee too. That's right. I forgot about Spike. Well, I'm talking about as far as plays go. Spike did more movies. But I could have been a writer. I could have been another Spike too. That is true. Because he was writing some movies. I could have, I was thinking more plays, but yeah, I could have wrote some movies too, doggone it. Yep. But that was in the 70s, so I know that's been long gone. I don't even know where I know the last place that I left those books, but probably 110 people done moved in there and threw them things in the garbage can. Yeah, but that it's okay though. So cherish those gifts and those talents that God gives you. You may think it's a small thing, but it may be a small thing. But if you go for it and continue at it, God will show you a new, bigger thing. So, yeah. Yep. Sure will, sure will. Yes. So, what you do? You say you do Bible study online. What ministry do you go to, Karen? What ministry do you go to? Yes. What channel do you visit? And if you was in before everything happened, what church did you attend before? They should make this here like Facebook Messenger, when you can see somebody's typing, but you can't see if nobody's typing. You just have to sit back and wait and see if they're still in the room. It's a place called Daily Grace Company for the Bible study materials. Oh, you go on a site. Okay. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Was you attending Bible study in church before the pandemic? Rather, I should say, do you have a church home? That's what I should say. Do you have a church home? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. On my community page also is a church that I attend. I had moved to New Jersey and had not found a home church yet. Now I go online to Bible study every week. Okay. Okay, long as they preach a good thing over there, fine. Fine. Yeah. I put up my when the pandemic is over, I will go to that church. Okay, it's in Jersey. Because God, He sure lead you somewhere where you need to go. Just pray on it and He'll lead you to the right place where you need to go. Okay. Hello, information man. Let me drop you a link. Let me see. Uh, Let me drop your link. Let's see. What am I doing? Okay. Ooh, the pipe is loud. Okay. Karen, here's information manager. I don't think you have him. Hold on. He has a great channel where he talk about a lot of good stuff. Once you check him out, you'll be hanging out with him over there for a while because he has some awesome topics. And let me drop his. He has podcast and his YouTube page. So let me drop this other channel. Let's see. The same name, but I'm going to drop the different link. That's how I do that. Okay, so that's both of his channels for those that don't have it. Yeah. We just up here shooting the breeze. Just shooting the breeze, talking about alter egos. If you had an alter ego, who or what would it be? Yes, who or what would it be? And that's it. Cause I'm getting off here soon. Anyway. So yeah. Yeah, Bonnie Rose. Check out Information Man Show and his he got some good stuff. Hey, Kane E. Moore. Haven't seen you in so long. What's going on, Kane? Let me drop your link. Hold on. Okay. Hey, you two be playing games with me. Some people, huh? Let me see. Okay. This Kane, make sure you got Karen Colorful Creative and Bonnie Rose. What's going on, Kane? What's going on? Glad you stopped by. Kane used to come to my channel every day. And I don't expect people to come to my channel every day. But some folks I be looking around for. But Catherine with Friends said she saw you on somebody else's channel, so I know you was okay. That's my thing. You know, when people come to your channel often, you tend to build up somewhat of a relationship with them where you see them and you chat with them so much that when you don't see them for a long period of time, you just want to make sure that they're okay. So even if you see them on somebody else's channel, you know they're good. So, especially with so much going on these days, want to just make sure everybody's straight. Nothing much. Busy with college. Okay, homework, my boy band, my basketball, and plus working on my own song. Okay, you doing a whole lot of good stuff, Kane. Keep it positive. Keep it positive. Yeah, information man saying true. Karen saying true. Yes, yeah, you do. At least that's me. Not josh around, not play, but I'll be serious when I be, saying I haven't seen you in a while and glad to see you and stuff like that. Yeah. Yes. So I got 5 more minutes, guys, and I'm out of here. Anything anybody want to continue to talk about? Shoot the breeze. Information man show you going on. The topic I was looking for what did you send me? I didn't know if you did it already.
Zip me up.
Kane E. Moore. Let's see.
Watch it.
He said, watch it. One thing about one of these DC type of zipper is it's not that. It's just the way it is. It got that like that one little piece that wait a minute, let me see. See, y'all have to excuse me a minute. Catherine was friends doing her over 60 and dating. Her over 60 and dating videos. Let me see. Yeah. Ooh, that just made me tired. Hi, information man. I will visit you. I already subscribed. Okay, awesome. I'm also an actor now. All right, Kane, do your little thing. Do your little thing. God gives you a whole lot of gifts and talents. Use them. Do you go online to date? Oh, no. Deborah, drop a link. Drop whose link? I dropped your your link. Information man. Let me see, cause I be a little cockeyed. Let me see. Hold on. I dropped your link and your podcast. Yeah. I dropped your link and your podcast. If you look for Karen, let's see. I'm actually in 4 movies now. All right, Karen. That's when your movie's coming out. No, I'm kind of scary about that. I wanted to come up and say hi. Oh, you know I'm a hot mess. Hold on. I'm kind of slow. Let's see. Okay, there you go. Actually, my 5th movie comes out soon this year. Okay, Kane, that's a wonderful thing. Wonderful, wonderful. If anybody want to come up, okay, Kane, you got a big mouth too. If you want to come up and talk about your movies, hit that link. Anybody want to come up and talk about anything, by all means, hit that link down there and share. Talk about what you want to talk about. And that's it. Yes. What? Oh, take it down. That was fast.
Just showing off a couple of pieces.
Yes. Let's see. I do have a big mouth. Kane, see if you can hit that link that last link that I put on and see if you can come up and tell us about your movies. Information man, I just dropped that link. Let me see. He wanted to come up and say something too. Let me see if I can pin it to the top. Okay. Oh.
Hey, how you doing?
All righty. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just wanted to
Awesome.
come up and say, good evening to you. And
Mm-hmm.
uh-oh, you know what? I got some feedback. Let me turn this off. Boom. I end that right
Okay.
there. I know
Uh-huh.
what I did wrong. Okay. I had video opened on my computer. So yeah, I
Okay.
just wanted to say what's up and wish you all
Mm-hmm.
a good, great weekend. Now, what part of the
Mm-hmm.
country are you? You're not in Texas, are you? You're in New
No.
York. That's right.
Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn. Yep.
Okay.
No, I'm
Do
not.
you have
Mm-hmm.
family out there that are suffering in this situation? This is a terrible
Um,
situation going on out there.
yeah, it is. I have a nephew out there that I spoke with, and I have a sister, another sister
Right.
out there that I spoke with. One is in Austin, and the
Yeah.
other one is in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
In Austin, being I guess that's more, you know, a little more upscale. They had heat, and they most of them had light. Very few of the neighbors' lights went out. But in Houston, they was just, everything was just, that's where you see long lines around the corner. The
Right.
water was coming out black at one time, so they didn't want to drink they felt the water was contaminated. They said the rollbacks that the light company is doing is to save their own generators. They
Mm-hmm.
they'll cut them on for about an hour or two, then they shut them back off. They'll cut them on
Right.
again like 2, 3 in the morning and cut it off again. The heat, they would they're all freezing. They're all
Yeah.
freezing.
It
And
looks
pretty
like
much
it's the.
uh-huh.
It
Pretty much
looks
they're
like
not
the.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
No,
Pretty
it's
much
all right.
they're not
There's some type of feedback that we're
really. Oh,
getting.
wait a minute, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
I can hear it.
Oh, hold
See,
on. Let me
let me tell you. Let me give you a little tip here.
uh-huh.
When you're using StreamYards, one of the reasons
Mm-hmm.
why sometimes you'll get this feedback
Uh-huh.
if because they really recommend that when
Mm-hmm.
people come onto the panel and even when you're that you put a headset on, such as
Oh, okay.
like an
Uh-huh.
ear like either
Right.
like some earpieces because
Mm-hmm.
it helps to cut down on the all the back sound. That's what
Okay.
they recommend. But
Mm-hmm.
it looks like all the major cities, Dallas and Houston,
Uh-huh.
really got it really hard. The thing that's blown my
Yeah.
mind away today is that it was reported
Mm-hmm.
that El Paso, Texas, is not
Mm-hmm.
having any problems, mainly because
Mm.
they've got their own power system. They've
Right.
gone outside
Mm-hmm.
of the. They're doing things different than other cities in the
Right.
state.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
That's
you got,
that's that's true.
but this is a problem, my sister. How
Mm-hmm.
can a small little community or a little place called El Paso, Texas,
Mm-hmm.
be doing better with their power than the
Mm-hmm.
major cities in Texas like a Dallas or a Houston? Now, I know
Right.
their power grids are privatized, but
Uh-huh.
it's a commentary. A small
Mm-hmm.
little place called El Paso is doing fine, even though the storm really hit the northern part of Texas. But here you've
Right.
got Dallas and Houston, which are major cities, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they couldn't
Exactly.
handle
Uh-huh.
this.
Exactly. That's what I was talking to my nephew about. He's pretty much saying that they're not used to having big cold weather like that. Number one, and that's why so many of their pipes and stuff is busting. And
Yeah.
they just weren't prepared. Period. They
Well,
weren't prepared.
but see, I blame the politicians simply for this reason.
Exactly.
They
That's what
got
they
a
were saying
warning.
too.
They got a warning in
Hmm.
2011. Not to mention that even before 2011, for over the course of years or decades, Texas has been warned about weaponizing their power. Now you have the Republicans. You got Ted Cruz taking a trip to Cancun with a big ass bag, acting like he was just gonna go there and drop his family off, and he got busted.
Ooh,
But
okay.
you've got, because he was actually trying to leave town because it was getting cold out there, right, with his family. But he's a senator. He's got to show some leadership here. Now, Texas was warned about this, and they didn't do anything. Now, remember, they had a crazy governor named Rick Perry. Who was talking about we need to separate Texas from the Union and be a separate country from the states.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And then therefore, because they privatized their power systems, guess what's happening in Texas? Do you realize that there's something called the national power grid? Texas is not on the national power grid as a backup.
Right.
So they did it. Right. It wasn't the people living there that failed. It was the politicians and the leaders who failed the people.
That's what my nephew and my sister and them was saying, that it's them, because like they was videotaping like the power trucks. They just sitting there. He said there's no snow on the tires because they haven't even went out to even try to fix anything. Like they just don't care, and it's just crazy.
So this whole nonsense about exceeding from the Union, Texas wants to be its own world or country or whatever. This would happen is an example that type of conversation and talk is buffoonery, because if you separate yourself from America as a separate country within the states, when something like a natural disaster happens, technically the United States of America wouldn't be obligated to give you any bailout money because you made yourself separate. You would have to beg them and say, please, can you help us? But when you are part of the union, now the federal government does have obligation. That's why it's foolishness for people in Texas, or some people, to start talking all this. We're gonna separate ourselves from the union. That's nonsense. Right.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, it's just sad. It's sad, and it's just crazy.
It is crazy.
It's just crazy. But so far, I know my sister just got lights today after almost 4 or 5 days.
Yes.
So they just getting light. My nephew, I think his heat just came up a couple of days ago. But it's just, I mean, how can you just be that heartless with knowing like the kids? You freezing the kids. I mean, the food is just like a little mini pandemic over there in their own little communities and whatnot that's going on. The way, I mean, it's just crazy to me.
Well,
just crazy.
You've got, I think yesterday they said that it was 37 people that died. I don't know what the number is now.
Yeah, I heard that.
You had the young man who sent the iconic photo in his apartment building of the ice over the fans.
Oh, wow.
And the water that was running in the power generators in the basement of the apartment. This is a bad situation. But see, this is the thing. To people who say that climate change does not exist, this is a result of climate change. Think about it. I live in California, and in California, it's supposed to be wintertime here. Guess what? Our wintertime is getting warm when it shouldn't be warm.
Really?
We had a few rainstorms. We had some rain here and there, but we have not gotten as much rain as we need. We've been droughting for a long time. Okay, so so in California, our winters are getting warmer, while in Texas, your winters are getting colder.
Exactly. So
I don't know what's going on in New York where you are.
Well, to me, New York is always cold in the winter and hot in the summer. I think that we're getting a little more snow than we would normally get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think the climate change it's a climate change. I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
think it's a
crazy.
combination of it's a combination of climate change. It's a combination of these fossil fuel emissions into the air. And let me
Yeah.
just say this for the
Mm-hmm.
record. This is for the record
Uh-huh.
on your program.
Okay,
Um,
sure.
in Texas, they only
Mm-hmm.
use wind turbine is only 10%
Mm-hmm.
of the source of energy that they use in Texas. The majority of the energy that is utilized in the state of Texas comes
Mm-hmm.
from gas, natural gas,
Right.
nuclear, and as
Mm-hmm.
well as fossil. One of the reasons why
Mm-hmm.
the power
Mm-hmm.
plants shut down in Texas is because
Uh-huh.
why? They don't have water. You need to have water to allow the generators to work. So what happened is when
Oh,
the
okay.
power generators froze,
Mm-hmm.
then a lack of water to get those generators going is why they're in the situation that they're in,
Wow.
because they did not prepare for this to happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is
Mm-hmm.
also a result of politicians who don't believe in climate change. They think that it's just something that quacks talk about.
Exactly. Exactly. But look at the result though. The devastation is just crazy.
Right.
Just
So now
crazy.
this is going to cost. See, this is the same thing, like
Mm-hmm.
Katrina.
Uh-huh.
Same thing happened in Katrina. The reason why Katrina happened is because the government in the state of Louisiana, as well with the government, the federal government, did not do enough to ensure
Mm-hmm.
those levees. Those levees were
Right.
were not fixed correctly. And check this out:
Mm-hmm.
they got a
Mm-hmm.
warning from geological scientists who told them
Mm-hmm.
you gotta strengthen your levees, because what's happening is that part of the southern part of the country, Louisiana, Mississippi, all up in that Delta area, is
Mm-hmm.
continuing to go below sea level every year. This is my
Mm-hmm.
prediction to
Mm-hmm.
everybody.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We may not be alive to see it,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that there will be a day when
Mm-hmm.
certain parts of the South will be completely underwater. And one day people will
Sheesh.
say, this is where Louisiana used to be. This is
Mm-hmm.
where this state used to be, because it's going to all be underwater.
Wow.
Because
Wow. Mm-hmm.
did you ever hear the story? I know you heard the story of Atlantis, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, Atlantis is not a fictional place. It actually exists. And the reason why it
Exactly.
doesn't exist
Mm-hmm.
anymore, because it got overtaken by water. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason why, you're a woman of faith, I'm a man of faith too, is
Mm-hmm.
because this planet, this universe that God created, is still
Mm-hmm.
evolving. And the earth is
Yeah.
still evolving. And it doesn't matter if
Mm-hmm.
we're on the earth, it's still going to evolve. So
That's true.
the land that we're on may once have been mountains, and mountains become flat land, and flat land becomes a
Mm-hmm.
mountain. That's what
Mm-hmm.
happens.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
maybe another 1,000 years from now, where we're at right now won't be any land. It'll be covered by ocean, and it'll be land somewhere else. That's what's going to happen. And
That's
there's
true.
no military, there's no air force, there's no special
Mm-hmm.
forces, there's no president, there's nobody that can stop that.
That exactly. Exactly. You're right about that.
You notice when
You're
these
right about
natural
that.
disasters happen, sister, they can't
Mm-hmm.
call in the military and say, we got a bad storm in Texas, send the Marines in to stop it. They can't stop it.
Mm-hmm.
With
That's
all
true.
our technical powers, with all our
Mm-hmm.
electricity, missiles, and guns, and all these weapons, we
Mm-hmm.
can't
Mm-hmm.
even stop we can't even stop weather,
That's
because
true.
that's the power of God.
Exactly. Karen's colorful creative is saying, yes, the glaciers are now melting. Now you know that is definitely a climate change act of God, whatever they want to call it. What
Right.
can you do about that?
Land mass goes below sea level, like in New Orleans. Like, for
Mm-hmm.
example, you probably know this already. How do they usually go about burying people in New Orleans? Because the land is so below sea, so close to sea level. How long? I mean, they say when they bury you, they gotta go 6 feet down, right?
Right.
In New
Right.
Orleans, they gotta do something different in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when you go to a lot of their grave sites or their
Right.
you notice they have a lot of their burial sites are up high, meaning people are buried
True.
in little mausoleums or
Mm-hmm.
little so they're not really burying them deep under the water. They're burying them up high, and they're putting them
Okay.
in an enclosement around,
Mm-hmm.
like a mausoleum, like a little mini mausoleum.
Right.
Because
Right.
if they bury them low, whenever
Mm-hmm.
they have those storms, the bodies are gonna rise up
Start
out of
float.
there.
Exactly. Because I
So
think during Katrina that was going on, they had a lot of coffins
yeah,
floating
you
in.
had coffins. But if you
Yeah.
really study how they bury people in that environment, they don't bury them
Mm-hmm.
the way they might bury people like in New York, for example.
Right. Right.
Right? Some of these people are being buried in encasements so that
Mm-hmm.
no water can get in there.
Right. Right. That is.
They got cement encasements and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm.
So I mean,
That's
look,
why
I
they
live
call him
in
information man. This man is full of knowledge. Teach me. Teach
I
me,
live in
doggone it.
look,
Teach me.
I live in California. Some people
Uh-huh.
would say you got to be crazy to live in California because you guys have earthquakes and you don't get a warning. Like you know when a bad storm is coming.
Right.
You know when this stuff is coming because they tell you, hey, a tornado's coming. Get out of this
Uh-huh.
area. Hey, a bad
Exactly.
storm. But earthquakes in California, you could be laying up in your bathtub and bam, here comes an earthquake. You just don't know.
That's true.
And so people
That's
say, well,
true.
you people in California are crazy, right? But
Mm-hmm.
once again, earthquakes are another byproduct of the earth evolving. The land masses
That's
are
true.
changing and shifting.
That's true. You always lived out in California?
What'd you say?
You always lived out in California?
Nah, well, a good part of my life, I got family in Baltimore, Maryland, North Carolina, things of that nature. And then I lived in San Francisco, Oakland, California. So I've lived a good part of my life, and I've gone back and forth between the East Coast to the West Coast. And I'm actually used to these earthquakes out here. Matter of fact,
I'll give you say that. Are you used to I don't think I should ever be.
when
Ooh.
you grow, well, no. It's just like if you grow up, I mean, you never get used to anything, but if you grow up in a community where
Right.
where there's flooding, where there's tornadoes, you sort of get used to it. It's like
That's true.
It's part of the environment. When I was in San Francisco back in 1989, when we had the big earthquake in '89 that made the Bay Bridge that goes from San Francisco to Oakland, when that all collapsed up, right? And when you grow up in that environment, they teach you all the time. You go through earthquake drills. What do you do in an earthquake? So you become kind of desensitized to the fact that, hey, earthquake is coming. This is what you got to do. And you just deal
That's
with
true.
it. However, earthquakes are disastrous because they can really cause serious damage. So you really can't escape from natural disaster. You can't escape.
No, you can't. You can't.
You can
But
run, but there's some natural disaster that may get you in the end.
That's true. That's true. But that's one of my nerves to be shot.
You know, you
Sheesh.
might move to a place where it's too hot. Matter of fact,
True.
let me tell you a story. One time I was flying from California. I was flying out of Oakland, going back east, going back to Baltimore, Maryland.
Right.
And we had to stop into, no, actually I was going to Washington, D.C. because I was going to a convention out there. And I was stopping to see my family too. But we had to stop in Phoenix. Phoenix is literally like a desert. It's super, super hot. Well, I think it was like 120 degrees. It was 100 or something or whatever, right?
Lord.
And because it was so hot, and this is normal for Phoenix, Arizona. The pilot told us on the plane, folks were going to have to fly around a little bit longer because the heat is so hot on the ground that they were concerned that it would have an impact on the tires.
Wow.
So they flew around, and what they did is they had to have the crew go out there, and they had to wet, which is what they do.
Right,
they had
right.
to wet the ground, then allow the plane to land, and then when we land, and we got ready to, I had a layover. We had to fly back up.
Mm-hmm.
It took them a little while before they got the plane back up on the ground because of how hot it was in Arizona.
My goodness.
So that's what I mean when I say no matter where you live, you're going to deal with heat, you're going to deal with snow, you're going to deal with cold, you're going to deal with wind.
Mm-hmm.
They call Chicago Windy City. So you're going to deal with something.
Mm-hmm. Here in New York, I would say we deal with the winters. Either you're going to freeze your butt off or...
Y'all get heavy. Don't y'all get heavy snow?
Yeah, we do. But we used to it, like you said. It's our environment. So we used to it.
Y'all summers though ain't no joke either. Y'all summers is
hot too. It could get hot. It can get hot. But I appreciate the hot than the winters. I'll take the summer any day.
What about the this has been a long time since I've been in New York. What about the wind chill out there? Is it like Chicago's wind chill or nowhere in the ball game?
It can be. It can be, but because of the tall buildings, it depends on if you like in open space. Yeah. It might blow you down a block somewhere, but the tall buildings block a lot. So you'll get more of the chill where it's that still cold that bites. Yeah. We get that.
Yeah, well, I know y'all got those. I know y'all got those. They ain't no joke. I know y'all got them sewer rats out there though too in New York.
Yeah. Yes, we do. They mostly hang out at the train station.
Man,
they mostly hang out at the train station. Yeah,
I don't want nothing to do with that.
What? You and me both. I don't play that. No, don't like rodents. Yep, don't like rodents. No.
Yeah.
Yep. So
we'll see. I think I'll be going live tomorrow. I have a young lady that I'm interviewing. She has a book that she's coming out with. She goes by the name of African Esquire. She's been on YouTube for a long time. She's pretty well known, and I'm going to be interviewing her Saturday. It'll be 6:00 your time because I think she's in the East Coast too. 3:00 my time. And then I may be back on again for another bonus round on Sunday evening as well, live on the first channel. And we'll see what we're gonna do. Did you get a chance to check out the video that I did last night about the McDonald's situation?
I was looking on your channel, and then
channel.
Oh, it was on your podcast?
Yeah. I did there's a brother by the name of Herb Williams. And I think
I went on your I went on the wrong channel. That's why I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roland Martin was playing some of this brother's some of his press conference, but I have it on my channel. There's a brother by the name of Herb Williams who was a Major League Baseball player in the 70s with the Oakland A's. He was an athlete in college. So what it is that he went into owning. He's one of the first black men to own a McDonald's franchise. Matter of fact, Faith, he is the owner of the first black McDonald's franchise at a time when McDonald's did not want black people to own McDonald's franchises. And there was a big hoorah, and he was the owner of that particular McDonald's franchise that made it possible to open up the door to black people getting into franchise because McDonald's was doing some dirty stuff. So anyway, he's been owning McDonald's for over 40 years. Now he's got 14, but he used to have more. And the reason why he doesn't have those, he has not more than 14, which is still a lot, is because he says that McDonald's has purposely done things to sabotage black owners and operators of McDonald's franchises. Okay. And so I don't want to tell the whole story, but go and check out the video.
You'll have to check that out on Information Man Speaks podcast.
Right. Another thing, I don't know if I should give this away because I think if you watch it, you're going to be blown away. There's an article, if you want to read the whole article for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. There's an article about how McDonald's tried to win over the black community back in the 70s. And then it talked about how they infiltrated their way. And let me say this. I don't want to give it all away, but let me just say this. They had to convince the black community when they first opened up. I think they opened this up in maybe New York somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They had to convince black folks to buy into the idea of eating boneless chicken.
Oh, okay.
And then they had a stereotypical ad where they were telling black people, see, you can come here and eat. You don't have to worry about tipping anybody or dressing in fancy clothes. Oh, yeah. I'm going to stop right there. I want you to, because I talk about that on there. And the
Right.
article in Slate, I talk about that on the video, gives you more detail. And it's really a long article, but it's very in-depth and very interesting. So go
Okay.
ahead, check that
I'll
out when you
definitely
get a
check it
chance.
out.
Oh, definitely.
Sure will.
So,
Sure
but
will.
I'm gonna get off the panel because I gotta eat something. I'm a little hungry. I just got in from work and I'm gonna chump down, and I got some things to work on. I gotta load up my my live stream for tonight. I gotta put that together tonight and have that ready for tomorrow evening. So I'll talk to you soon.
All right then. Anytime.
Oh, most
I'll be over there
definitely.
hanging out.
Keep keep doing your thing and what have you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
take care, everybody. All right.
Okay.
Peace
You too.
to you.
All right. Same to you.
Okay.
All right, guys. Y'all make sure you check out Information Man Show and Information Man Speaks podcast. I dropped both of his links is up here. So y'all check him out. Like I said, he got a lot of the way he's doing up here, a lot of knowledge that he and a lot of stuff that we may not think about or hear about. He will definitely bring that up. He gives you a lot for the mind, a lot to think about. You be like, I never thought about that, or I ain't read that, or yes, that's why they call him Information Man Show, because he got a lot of information that he researches, and he gets deep down into it. He gets to the nitty gritty of it. I say to the root of it. But some folks just want to give you the surface. He gets down to the root, and that's what I like about his podcast and his show. Absolutely awesome. So kudos to you, Information Man Show, for hanging out with a sister. Yes. So you guys, on that note, because he ended it well for me, and y'all, like I said, y'all check him out. I'm gonna check out this podcast with the McDonald's thing that's going on, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Deuces, love you. Talk to you later. Good night, everybody. Let's see.
I won't even